Well, good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you on what is today? Today is Wednesday, December the 13th. Goodness, I got my days all mixed up this week. A little bit of an extra update. I did take more trades yesterday than I thought I would. I didn't do an update, but I think I ended up losing, I think I lost 6 evals yesterday. I think 3 or 4 of them were closer to being blown than I had realized, and took a couple trades, ended up losing several. Did lose the oldest accounts that we had, in that they're obviously not showing here, but that's kind of a bummer. Some of those accounts I had, the 133 account as I called it, I had that account at $53,001 like on Monday or Friday, I forget which day it was, and didn't close the trade fast enough and proceeded to end up losing it, so that's kind of frustrating. But on a positive note, we did pass. This was day 7 on this 153. That account is passed, so we will have our second PA account tomorrow, and then I have to flip this 152 account for 2 more days, and then we'll have the third account funded by next week as well. So that's a big positive. There's 2 negatives for today. I did try to trade. I traded the FOMC minutes here this afternoon right here with 10 contracts on this 144 account, trying to pass it in one day, or in one shot I should say, and I had the direction correct. I mean, you can see I entered, I wish I could make this bigger so we could see it better. You can see that I entered a long trade at this point, and this candle is what, 60, 650, 590, a 60-point candle, humongous candle. But I chose the direction perfectly. I entered as a long, and I entered it up here as a long, but the action was so quick, the volatility was so high that it pulled back and stopped me out on this trade setup, or this ATM strategy is set up as a 40 tick stop, and it actually stopped me out. GAT is set up, so this account should have stopped me from trading or closed the trade at 625, and it stopped me out at 2280 negative. So that tells you how fast this volatility was, or how much volatility was going on. So I'm okay with it. I chose the direction right. It was just the volatility killed me, and you know what? I'm okay with it. I get it. I'm actually not that disappointed. Maybe that sounds terrible. Maybe I should be, but I'm not that disappointed in that. I took a couple of trades earlier today. I was not able to trade the open. In fact, I wasn't able to trade until around lunchtime. Started off with a loser and a very, very, very small winner, and then another loser, and I was like, I'm just going to not trade very much. And then I caught a couple wins here right before FOMC. So these 4 trades here was where I made all of this money. So I made about $1,800. No, 2, 4, so $750, about $1,100 here on these accounts. And the good thing here is this account's at 52,000. This one's almost at 52,000. So we're $1,000 away from passing these 2. And this one's at 51.4. So we're on a good track there, which I like. So there's a few more accounts that hopefully we can be smart about and can hang on to those and get those passed, even if it takes several more days of $300 to $400 bites, $200 to $400 bites. That would be fine. This 142 account is blown. I did lose that today. I lost that on this opening couple trades that I showed you. So that account will be gone tomorrow. This 144 account, we're on, one trade and we're down. We got about $200 left, so it is what it is. Maybe it is blown. I guess I didn't check. I don't know if we had enough of a positive to where it actually blew the account. I may have lost that one. I'm not sure. So where we stand today, I've got 3 accounts I've not traded yet. I've got 3 accounts that are either funded or will be funded within 2 days. And we have a couple accounts closed. So we have 1, 2, 3. That'll put us at 6. And then we would have for sure 9. It depends on if this one is blown or not. So can we reach the 10 funded accounts before the end of the year, the end of the month here, December? I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch. I think, can we get to 5? Yes. And I think, 5 is more than I've ever had. Most I've ever had at one time was 3, which I will have in a couple of days. So I think I can get to at least 5 if I can reach half my goal. At least that's a start for 2024. On the negative side, I'm not sure. It's a negative, but it's also a positive. I took a couple of trades on the PA account and ended up with a $368 loss. And while that is painful, I also mentally was able to check out here and stop trading. I did not trade the rest of the day. I just mentally said, I'm not doing it. I'm not going there. I took a trade here, caught a nice little win. I think up 100 and some dollars, $140. This was after FOMC. Saw this little move upwards, and I liked it. And then I took another trade here at the top. This was a bit of a chase trade, but it was a correct trade. And at this point, after these first two trades, I was up 264. And this is where I made my mistake of, well, I'm just going to take one more trade. So I took one more trade thinking we're going to continue this tear up, and we pulled back, stopped me out for a loss. I re-enter a trade about 4 or 5 minutes later, short or went long again. This one here, I was longing everything in here. And it stopped me out as well because we had this pullback. And so at that point, I think I was still up maybe $70 or something like that. I shorted it here. This is an interesting, and this was just, in hindsight, it's very stupid, but we were in this major uptrend, and I had these two. This was really kind of a graveyard candle, but these two wicks coming off this big move up, and I thought, what, we're going to pull back. And after these losses, and I'm starting to get a little bit of fear of missing out, a little FOMO, and also a little bit of greed, and then kind of borderline going on tilt, and I'm going, and I got to short this. Stops me out again, and then I'm flirting with going on tilt, and I took another trade here at the top, went long at the top, and it stopped me out again, and then I'm at 368 in the hole, and at that point I said, I'm done. I still have a little bit of room left before GAT would stop me out today, but realizing that I'm starting to mentally not be in a good way, and if I keep trading today, I'm gonna stop out on this on GAT, and I'm probably going to go back and trade some of these and lose money, or trade some of these. And so I feel personally like this was a win to just, hey, check out. I'm not trading. I'm not seeing it that well, and I'm making some mistakes. I had a nice little run through here. I mean, I'm not really counting this trade. I had the right call, everything, just the volatility took me out. So throughout all this move, I was actually calling everything correctly and entered good trades, except for right here, the wheel started to come off. So from a learning process, that's a journey that we're on, and I take that as a win today. It shows up as a negative, and we're $155 underwater, but to me that's a win, and we're still on track with getting to these funded accounts, which is what I'm hoping for. This is where we're at, and I've took out a couple of these blown accounts, so this looks a little bit better from a trend perspective than what it did, but. Here's where we're at. The 150K account is up $449. Like I said, talked about it earlier, we got a couple of these accounts that are, at 1,000-ish away from being passed. And this 142 borderline, and we're 155 underwater on the PA. So tomorrow, like I said, we'll have another account on here that's funded, and we'll have 2 PAs, which is going to be nice. Having a couple more accounts to work off of. I have not looked at the key metrics. Curious what that looks like now that we've had some of those accounts out. Now our shorts are really, really, really heavy. Win rate's about the same as it's been. This is a little wonky just because of that. Let me look at the PA itself. I think this one is the one that I had done better on long trades, and that's still the case. Long trades are still the best for me, not short trades on the PA account. Win rate's actually worse. Well, that's to be expected. Yesterday and today both were red days. So let's look at the dashboard. Nope, I wanted to look at the trade calendar. And I want to look at, see here's where, okay, we did have a green day yesterday on the PA. I took like 6 trades on the PA yesterday. Had a little bit of a winner, but we are having a $700 red week. So I've got to have a couple good days tomorrow and Friday to get this account a little bit back on track. And again, I feel like I'm faltering. Man, I had such a good week last week, and then this week I'm giving it all back again. So that's a bit of a frustration. But let's look at all the accounts that we have and see what does that look like for the month thus far. So yeah, if you look at all the accounts, I've actually 2 Wednesdays in a row have been bad. So maybe that bodes well for the next couple of days that we have some good days here to round out the week, which would be great. So anyway, I'm excited to trade another funded account tomorrow, and hopefully we can have a good day. I was hoping Apex would have an 80 or 90% off sale, but if we don't improve here, I might have to tap into this little 71% sale that they got going on right now. So if you are needing evaluations, that is definitely the best buy that they've got at the moment. And if you would use my code, I would appreciate it, or at least use somebody's code and buy at a discount. So yeah, we're just closing out the year here and the month here as we get close to Christmas. And again, just trying to continue on with this journey. Today is not as bad as it looks. It feels, honestly, it feels like a winning day, even though we had a red day on the PA, and then we had, in totality, we had a red day on evals. But mentally, I had a win here today, and I called this trade correctly. So you know what? I'm actually feeling pretty good about today. We learned something, and we'll be back at it tomorrow with hopefully a better day. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, and we'll catch up with you then. Take care.